boy, oh boy, today we have something a little bit different for you guys because after yesterday's murder mystery, I feel like a bunch of you guys got some existential dread and you're wondering, you know what, you guys were in your local detective modes, and I decided to go to the place where all detectives get their information from. You might be wondering, okay, we talking police reports, Ashi, we talking about secret informants? No, Reddit. We're going to Reddit today. And basically, how we got to this, video is that there's a subreddit that I find it's very underappreciated. And so I have a friend of mine who actually showed me the subreddit, and obviously it's very entertaining to see what kind of discussions go on because, as you read the title, we're talking about true rate discussions. Now, I believe, it is my firm belief, that this is probably the most underrated subreddit of all time. Yes, of all time. And so, it's just funny because I find that I know a lot of people have a stigma against Redditors because it's true, but they can contribute to society, believe it or not, okay? Instead of getting embarrassed on national television, they actually can contribute. So, in case you're wondering what this subreddit is about, just really quickly let me read out their description for you. I believe I've covered the subreddit in the past, but you know what? We're going to look at it again because it's just that great. So, it says here, the purpose of this subreddit is to discuss beauty, its implications, such as the social issues that people with beauty or the lack thereof experience. Also, to discuss objective beauty and other issues related to subreddits r/TrueRateMe, which is also a cesspool, by the way, and r/TrueRateCelebrities, which is another cesspool, by the way. Also, no posts of offensive people such as deleters, rapists, etc. What constitutes an offensive person is at the sole discretion of the mods. So as you can see here, our roly-poliolis are the ones who can actually decide who is good or bad. So now we have basically a decent introduction into the subreddit and why I believe it's underrated. Let's look at the first post that I have for you guys today. So, okay, here's the first one, which kind of catches me off guard because I have seen a small bit of online discourse surrounding it, but essentially, it just asks, why is it that a lot of men find a woman with a well-defined physique less attractive/gay to be with? I see people mention this woman all the time and call it homosexual or weird to find her to be attractive. What about her specifically decreases her value to my fellow men? Now, my dear Tumblr, what I call it? Roly-polioli? Yeah, okay. Sorry, this is what roly-polioli looks like, in case you're wondering. So, before we get into the comments, let's do some analysis, okay? Let's analyze what we're working with here. So, as you can see here, she's a bit of a, she got a bit of tone on her. But what I'm mostly impressed of is how does she maintain this body is what I want to know. Because if you are someone who's even moderately into fitness, or you know a little bit about it, you understand that to look like her, I have nothing but respect. But if I had to go down to my most professional opinion, and because my opinion is so professional, I'd say that people generally associate muscle with manliness and testosterone. So when they see a woman have it, that is where they're going towards. So my non-professional opinion. I'll be here next week. But anyways, so let's read the first comment here. And sorry, never cared for built women until I got a load of lean beef patty. She's awesome. I'm sorry. Just reading that gives me, it kind of takes off a few years of my life. It says, next one, it says, LBP or lean beef patty is a treasure. Muscle girls are not universally appealing. I think it has to do with our own personal habits. Some guys want to be dominated, and they might like muscle girls. Some guys who are super muscly are already stronger than LBP or other muscle girls, so the muscle girls seem much more feminine. Oh my god. We're having some real scholarly discussions today when it comes to the subreddit. You know what reminds you of reading that? Oh my god. Okay. I don't know if anybody here is like into manga, but if you ever read or looked at Baki, that's basically what one of the characters, Yujiro, does. He has, I kid you not, I have to go find the panel. He has so much testosterone that he sees every man as a woman, which, I mean, take it what you will, okay? Take it what you will. So that's the reference that I came up with. So maybe you guys are in the same boat, but maybe perhaps y'all like a little bit of meat on y'all women. Who knows? Okay. Me personally, I'm not in this conversation. Anyways, okay, so I read this one. Yeah, whenever I hear a guy complaining about the size of a woman's arms, I assume it's because his arms are smaller. Lean Beef Patty is great. I follow her on several social media accounts. I follow her because I find her attitudes and efforts to be inspirational and positive. Also, she's super dorky and posts all kinds of goofy shit sometimes too. Okay, that was a bit more sensible. Okay, phew. Oh, alright, we got to do some of the good parts. Oh man. Besides, we ended that scholarly discussion with something that sounded a bit more reasonable than what we're used to. And now, on to our next one. It says here, a woman can be fit but maintain femininity. Being built like brick shithouse is not feminine. Good for them if they want to be bodybuilders, and some dudes are into that, but it's not feminine. And then you have someone saying, I've bulked up from lifting over the years and have found women with muscle increasingly more attractive with my own growth. Okay, my question kind of in this whole discussion here is just like, so are we just trying to, like, what exactly, like, is qualified as, like, muscly? Are we talking about, like, people who've been on, like, PEDs looking? Because, I mean, I find that kind of a bit off-putting in general, putting my little 2 cents. Or are we talking people who just, like, are fit and work out? Because that's two very different people, in my opinion. Because, one hand, I mean, both are hard to maintain, but the second one especially is, like, woo, tough. But, yeah, the more you know. And then the rest of it's kind of just like tagging on. So honestly, I feel like I have learned a lot from this particular post. I believe that we've all learned something. So if you learned something, please leave a like. We try to be educational on this channel. Okay, so on to our next post, because now it only gets more interesting from here. What are your top 5 features that make a man attractive and unattractive? And of course, naturally, we have the poster child of this discussion, which is always Henry Cavill. I swear to God, I see him like every single time. And, oh man, it's so funny because like, if you all seen tweets about Henry Cavill, I mean, whew, it's really something. It's really something. And then our next man over here is, wait, is that Skippy? Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Not Skippy. Okay. Okay. Alright, time to give you all brief lore rundown. If y'all don't know who Skippy is, allow me to torture you, but before we watch the clip I have for you in question, not that I see Skippy, or the clip that comes to mind, yeah, so basically, if you can't tell by the Virginity Rocks t-shirt, he's probably almost 50, but like, he basically is a very old guy who was still a virgin, and yeah, there's a lot wrong with Skippy, okay? But that's essentially what he is. But in case you're wondering why he's probably pushing 40 and still a virgin, allow me to show you this one clip. Now, of course, he was a bit younger at the time, but yeah, why don't we just watch it together and we can figure out what working with here, okay? We're gonna watch a clip. Let's watch a clip.
I want a girl to be like, wait, how are you still single? Hey, Mom! The ideal girl isn't thinking that her ideal guy still lives at home in Mom's basement, right? Mom! Coming! I have been collecting belly button lint for the last 15 years of my life. I'm not gonna make a sweater out of it.
Alright, so now that you've barfed alongside with me, as I've seen that clip one too many times, so let's take a look at some of the comments we have under this post. Because, last one was insightful. Maybe I can open up my third eye? Is that the phrase? Third eye? Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this one. So it says here, good bone structure, decent body, nice eyes, well-kept hair, height. All of that determines it. So interesting stuff here. I mean, I guess we're talking about physically attractive. I guess, yeah. Interesting how nobody mentions personality. Behind anonymity, you don't hear personality. Wait, that's a decent rhyme, actually. I'm so good. Anyways, looking here, we have how about a big nose? I love big noses personally. Every man I've ever been attracted to happens to be Italian with a big nose. I mean, you know who else has big noses? And they dig in tunnels? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really couldn't help myself with that joke. Now, don't cancel me, please. Please. Anyway, so it says same here. Big noses are sexy. So when you say big noses, fat members of Congress noses are hitting me with PTSD flashbacks like strawberry red bulgy noses. What does that even mean? Wait. What does that even mean? Big red bulgy strawberry noses? That sounds like something a kid would come up with. Then again, kids are not exactly nice. Alright. Good God. I'm lucky I found someone who doesn't prioritize height. Like, apparently every other woman on the planet. It's rough out there. Shout out to my short kings. You will never be forgotten. There's a bunch of them. You do need to have better features, though. Oh yeah, I don't have any of those either. My greatest gift is self-depreciation. Good to meet a brother. We should start a support group, but we'd all just hate on ourselves the whole time, and that probably wouldn't help much. Can you imagine? No, hold on. Sorry, we're taking a detour. Imagine you're in a support group where it's like, man, it's been about 4 months, and I just can't seem to get my nose right. He's like, yeah, you may look like Pinocchio, my boy, but unfortunately, my eyes are crooked. I look like a hammerhead shark. At least you have a nose problem. I have an eye problem. That's why I can't see eye to eye. Anyways, but yeah. I'm sorry, these jokes are so bad. They're so bad. But anyways, and then that's kind of it for that one. I mean, there's some other ones where it's like, but it is what it is. But alas, there is actually a final boss that we have to get through, and trust me, you will not believe who the final boss is gonna be. If you guessed ChatGPT, then you are correct. And so our final post that we're going to take a look at is, I asked AI to go brutal on me, used the Rate My Face GPT and sent images of all my profiles. Now, suspiciously, we cannot see this face, so I, as a true rate scholar, cannot contribute as much to the conversation as last time. Because, how am I supposed to contribute when, first of all, I can't see what I'm working with, so I can't even help you. But anyways, let's see what ChatGPT has to offer, because maybe, just maybe, it may be helpful. So it says here, all right, this is it. No kindness, no filters, no sympathy. The absolute soul-crushing, reality-smacking, brutally honest analysis of your beauty. I will break you down to your rawest form. If you survive this, you can survive anything. This sounds like a training montage from like any TV show. Man, I find it interesting that ChatGPT has the cliches down to the max. Anyways,
warning: this is not for the weak. You ask for maximum brutality, so you are getting what a harsh, unforgiving beauty judge, casting director, or ruthless model agent would say. If you're not ready to hear the truth, stop reading now. I swapped like 2 different accents. I gotta work on that one.
Okay, so let's see the first one here. So it says, final true beauty rating. Let's see what it has to offer today. So it says here, natural, no makeup, no hairstyling, 6.5 to 7.0, plain above average but easily overlooked. Styled, hair and makeup done properly, 7.8 to about 8.2 out of 10. Pretty but not stunning or unforgettable. With high-end styling and some enhancements, 8.5 to 9.0. Very attractive but still not effortless beauty. With full optimization, hair, makeup, skin, plus minor tweaks, 9.2 out of 10 max. Can pass as a Hollywood pretty but not in the supermodel genetic lottery. The harsh truth: you will never be a raw, natural 9 plus or 10 out of 10 beauty. You are not genetically blessed with ultra rare supermodel tier beauty. Without effort, you do not have jaw-dropping attractiveness. You rely heavily on styling, angles, and makeup to enhance your appearance. I'm sorry, this is actually killing me here. Oh god, sorry, I need a break from this stuff. Whew. And of course, if you keep going down, at least according to this post, they're talking about style with good makeup, blah blah blah. You will never be a natural. You will never be a natural 9 or 10. That's reserved for the 1% of women with flawless genetics. Your beauty is the kind that requires effort. Without it, you blend in. You will not be scouted by modeling agencies on the street. You do not have that born to be famous face, but with intense styling, high-end makeup, and skincare, you can push yourself into the 9+ range. I'm actually surprised how wholesome that ending was. When I hear, listen, okay, when I hear like ChatGPT is going to be like brutal on people, that's what I expect. But it actually ended up being pretty decent. So, yeah, shout out to ChatGPT. But on like a real note, besides the whole acting or whatever, or all that stuff, why can't people learn to accept that, you know, being a 6 or a 7 is really not that bad? Okay? You know what a 6 or 7 or even a 5 is? We call that an average. It's actually not that bad to be average. Believe it or not, it's actually very viable. It's a viable strategy. Be average. It's okay. It's okay. You have a right to be average. And by the way, if everybody was a 9 or a 10, the 9 or a 10 would be the new average. So by logic anyway, or at least going by actual beauty standards, it's like, you know, it's quite a spectrum. You're going to get one regardless. And yeah, not everyone's going to be super attractive, but hey, sometimes the most attractive people are also like the worst, but you know, it goes both ways. But actually, last side tangent, okay? If you are ugly and you have a bad personality, why you picking two struggles, bro? You gotta pick one. I never understood that. You can't be ugly and have a terrible personality. It just makes no sense. But anyways, yeah, whatever. But anyways, as you guys can see here, the bowels of Reddit are still as unhinged as ever. And so naturally, when it comes down to subreddits, I believe that True Rate Discussions is up there in terms of underrated because it is just that good. Its older brother, True Rate Me, has overshadowed it, but you know, it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of just it for today. I decided to take a bit of a light approach because, you know, yesterday was murder mystery, so I like to be a bit, you know, a bit more jovial after taking a heavy topic like that one. But anyways, if you enjoy this type of content, if you like me being a bit more lighthearted than normal, then, you know, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow my socials down in the description below. But with that being said, yeah, live it just like if you want to, but, see ya.